Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, looks like there's 5 people on. So Mayung Buntag from the Philippines, or Mayung Gabii if you're on the other side of the world.
Yes, they're night.
They're nighttime. So let's do this. If you can hear us okay and hear us okay, somebody send a quick message just so we know you guys can hear us and see us. Okay, so I see, yeah, 2 came in. Scott says hello.
Hi, Scott.
Good morning,
Good
Scott.
morning.
Blueberry, loud and clear. Excellent. Okay, very good. Because again, we're using our laptop. It seems to be easiest for us to use the laptop. It's easier to see the messages. And then we have an external mic. So you can hear Wilma. So I pulled the mic up close to Wilma so everybody can hear. So yeah, we're doing a real impromptu live stream. We haven't done one in over a month, so I guess we'll try to get some kind of a routine. But we were supposed to go about 2 hours north this morning to what's the name of the place?
Manjoyud Sun Bar is like is in Baez. Manjoyud.
It's supposed to be the Philippines' largest sandbar. And it's supposed to be a real nice place for dolphin watching and whatnot. And we rented a boat for the day um, for 7 people. We had 7 of us
There's
going.
7 of us were
Yeah, yeah.
going.
So just our, local friends here with 7 of us, and it was like $16 a day for a boat for the day, and they cook you lunch, and they take you to the sandbar. They take you out dolphin watching for $16 per person. Pretty amazing. So we were going to go do that this morning, but with that typhoon going through, we didn't want to chance it. So we did reach out to the boat owner, and he said, "Yeah, come on up. We'll go out." But we didn't want to take a chance, with a small boat, and it could be a choppy seas. So we decided not to go. The group decided not to go, and we're going to go, I believe, next Sunday.
Next Sunday, yes.
Yeah, we're going to go next Sunday. So we said, what are we going to do? We had no plans for Sunday because typically we have, plans. So what we did was all our chores we did Saturday. So we had Sunday open. So we decided late last night, I think it was like 8 p.m.,
Yes.
right? Like 8 p.m. Let's do a quick live stream. We haven't done one in over a month. So that's why you guys didn't get a lot of notice. So that's explanation. So. All right, Adventures of TNT is on. Hello, Alice in Osterhout. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Ali.
How you guys doing? Good to hear from you. Rory, hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Was 64 degrees and sunny today. Oh, not bad. Take that, right? It's almost November, and to be 64 degrees and sunny is not bad.
It's too cold for me now.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the video the other day when I think it was Friday when the
Yeah.
storm was starting to come in, and it was 82 degrees out, and Wilma was freezing.
Yes.
She ran to the truck. She had to get a jacket on.
It was windy.
I mean, I'll admit it was a little chilly,
Yes.
but I can't say that too often. I mean, 82 degrees, geez. But Wilma was definitely cold, and if you saw that video, it was windy up there. I mean, it was very, very windy. We watched some video of Mindanao, so our prayers go out to Mindanao. A lot of floods, a lot of people lost their lives. One thing that's a little different here in the Philippines is they show the videos.
Yeah.
In the U.S., they kind of hide it a little bit. They don't really show people that have just recently drowned on TV on the local news. And if they do, they kind of blur it out. Not here; they just give it to you straight. And there was quite a few people that drowned, little babies, and
Sad.
it's very sad. So, all right. So Panther 52. Hi, guys from New Jersey. Hey, what part of New Jersey? Wilma and I lived in Sussex, New Jersey, in Montague. And then I lived in South Jersey, Pennsville, New Jersey, and a little town called Pedricktown, if anybody would ever know where that is. It's down by the south of the Commodore Barry Bridge. Yeah, I lived in New Jersey for 6 or 7 years. And Jeff Egg says hello.
Hello.
Rory, you know it. For here, it is good. Yeah, 64 degrees. I mean, you can't complain about 64 degrees. Gloria Van Tassel. Oh, say hi to Dave for me. Um, Hello from Hudson Valley, New York. Hey, Dave, I bet you miss me. I bet you do. uh, the foreman in my house, Bill, got flooded. Oh, wow. So, Jeff, the foreman in my house, Bill, got flooded. Yeah. The storm is the storm itself, and I was surprised how windy it was here. We were pretty far away,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it came up and was heading towards like Samar, and that's really attached to Leyte, where Wilma's family's from. So we reached out to them, and they were okay.
Okay. Signal number one.
Signal number one in Leyte. And as it got there, it was supposed to go north of Manila and go right through central Luzon. And that was the forecast. And then it changed where it did come into the Samar area and turned, but then it turned again. It kind of went through Batangas, which is south of Manila. And now it's going through like Laguna and kind of just skirting south of Metro Manila. So it definitely changed course. So I hope everybody's safe. You know, when you're in kind of the worry of getting a typhoon at any time, and then when you hear of one happening in the country that you live, you're concerned. And like I said, we watch the news, and it's just amazing and such hard to see people's homes and the floods coming through. We watched one news where a guy on a scooter, just a small scooter, was trying to cross a road that flooded, and I don't know why they were filming him, but they were just filming him maybe because it was deep and they were thinking, he shouldn't be doing it. And he disappeared. He just fell into this river, and it was maybe 3 or 4 feet deep going across the road, and they didn't find him. So he lost his life just by trying to cross a river that was like 3 foot deep. So just horrendous. All right. So was that Planty 3125? Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah, when I look at the analytics all the time, guys, I say that on videos. It seems like people from Australia starting to subscribe to our channel. It was about fourth or fifth in country ranking, and now it's third. So it's moved up. So more people from Australia is tuning into our channel. So thank you. There's a lot of Australians here.
Yes.
And I think I mentioned in some of the videos, for some reason, they all are funny. They all
Yes.
tell crazy stories, and we have a good time with our Australian friends for sure. Ventures of TNT, nice to meet our neighbors from Darwin. So you guys are building in Darwin? Let us know whereabouts. Bergen County, close to Manhattan. Oh yeah, I know Bergen County for sure. I know Dave Van Tassel knows all about Bergen County. He's down there all the time. So yeah, down close to the city. Robert James, been watching since beginning. Angeles City.
Thank you.
Papaga, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it. There's one thing about our channel, and our channel is like 90 days old, guys. In fact, I think it's right at 90 days old. We have over 100,000 views in 90 days. I mean, it's just amazing to us. 1,600 subscribers, and that's inching up a little at a time. We're just amazed. But I think I've said it before. The back and forth with the comments is just so good. We've had 3 subscribers now visit the site. We've met them for lunch, And then we went up to the site and had an opportunity for the subscribers to see the build. So we've done that, and that was fun,
Yes.
right?
Nice. They were nice people.
Oh yeah,
Nice meeting new people.
yeah. It's very nice meeting new people, and I've said this as well. So many people that we're meeting is exactly like us, retired, maybe retired early. I think two of the guys retired, normal retirement age. But just wanting to have a quiet retirement. Your money goes a lot further here. And the people here is just fantastic. I can't say it enough.
James.
Okay. James Paris. Hello from Oregon.
Oregon.
Hello. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, Greg. AJ and JJ say hi to Grandma and Grandpa.
Hello.
Hi, JJ.
AJ.
Hi, AJ. Loved your Halloween costumes. Spider-Man and the Hulk.
They're so cute.
So cute. Keep sending those videos. Okay, so Gloria says it's flooded with tourists in our little village this weekend. Not like it used to be in the village. Yeah, it seems like more and more storms. Yeah, something. Jeff Egg 2, our place is in Negros Occidental, near Bacolod, the 4 mile south of us. Okay, yeah, Bacolod is, and I know because Mark and Jen just went there. It's a 5 hour drive from this area. So from, say, Bakong, which where Mark lives, he said it took 5 hours to get there by truck. So that's a long way. So yeah, you guys are north of us, and where it looks like it flooded is south of where you guys are. So yeah, you got to really watch it. That was a concern of ours when we were looking for land, and I kept telling Wilma, I don't want any land where the land is lower than the road. And she kept saying, why? And I'm like, well, if you're the lowest point of the area, all the water drains to you, and with this being the tropics, you do get very heavy rains. And, the drainage here is not fantastic, especially in the municipalities. But where we are, if our land was lower than the road, you got a good chance of all this heavy rain draining to your property. So that was like one of the biggest thing. Of course, I wanted an ocean view and things like that. Be on a concrete road, have primary power, things like that. But I was a stickler with the real estate agent saying if the property is lower than the road, I don't want to buy it. And even they didn't understand it. They were like, why?
No.
They kept saying why? And I just don't want to invest my retirement dollars in a home and then have it flooded every time it rains or every time you get a bad storm.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So let me just scroll here. Yeah. Yeah. Here's a Panther 52. Seems like the heavy rains and storm surge does the most damage than the winds. You're 100% true. We watched a couple of storms. That we had a Category 2 when we were in Leyte, and we were driving around, and these little native homes with they handled the wind. But anyone that was close to the ocean, and I remember we were driving through Armonk City, and we kind of got stuck. It was like 5 o'clock. We were on the scooter, and the storm surge was coming through, and it was probably a foot of water,
A little more than that.
a little more than a foot of water coming across the road. You'd say, well, why wouldn't you just turn around? Well, we were on a scooter, and it was like rush hour traffic, so there's trucks and cars going both ways. We couldn't turn around, so we had to drive through, and it was probably 200 meters, 300 meters of ocean going across the road on a scooter, and the scooter's clearance is about 4 inches. And it was not fun. And then you see all these homes that are living right there next to the ocean, completely flooded. The people standing on their roofs, The road being the highest part of the area, so their homes is lower than the road. So if it was 12 or more inches on the road, it was, a couple feet going through their homes. So without question, it's the rivers that overflow and the storm surge from the ocean where it's the biggest threat. So that's a really good comment. All right, Dawn, hello from Kentucky.
Hi, Dawn.
Yeah, Gigi. Yeah. Good to see you both. That's my sister from she lives in Kentucky. So Gigi, yeah. That was a good series. I love the Australian accent. Yeah, absolutely. We went out to dinner the other night to a restaurant that had live music, and we met a new friend of ours from Australia, and we were talking about that. And his girlfriend was saying that I say, what accent is harder to understand, American accent or an Australian? And she said, Australian for sure. So he had some accent, didn't
Yes.
he? Like Crocodile Dundee. Okay, we just scroll up here. Okay, Plenty 3125. More Australians are coming. Direct flights from Melbourne, Australia. Love your country and the people. Yeah. Yeah, I think the flight, correct me if I'm wrong, is like 6 hours from Australia. So it's a very quick trip, not like how long was the flight? 16 from JFK? 16 hours, yeah.
Yeah,
Our
16.
flight from JFK Airport in New York to Manila was 16 hours nonstop. And that's just rough. It's hard to do. You got to make sure that you're good and tired when you get on the plane. But yeah, 6 hour flight's not bad, and that's probably why there's so many Australians here. We talk to guys from Australia all the time. Rory, house builds are very interesting. Yeah, I've watched house builds many years back when I was in the U.S. You guys know that we had a 10-year plan of moving here, so I really had all those years to watch as many YouTube channels as I could, and we did. After work, I watched a lot. Just try to educate myself as much as I could, and I will tell you that it really helped just to try to constantly hear and see people living here and all their trials and tribulations, all their, you know, good times and bad times. So it helped us for sure. But yeah, house builds are very interesting. And I've learned a lot. I don't say that I know a lot about construction, but I know enough. And yeah, great. We watched a lot of YouTube.
Oh, yes. When we come home from work.
Yeah, more than she wanted for sure. But I think it paid off. Okay. Panther 52, you got great exposure from Mark's channel, and then the content is good. 100%. I was interviewed by Mark, and he's a good friend. Jen and Mark and I and Wilma, we go out to dinner. We been to barbecues over his house, things like that. So he's been up to the site a few times. He comes up to the site not to film, just to hang out with us. Two great people. They're perfect for each other. Very nice. And without question, like 50% of my subscribers are from Mark's channel. Very much appreciative. And then like the other 40% is from Geo. And then 10% we earned. And 5% of the 10% is my family. So we got like 5% that's on us. Adventures of TNT, yes, we are building just above Mahogany Upland Resort, just past the new fire station.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
That's right there where
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah, that's where Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's building also.
Okay. Yeah, there's a Kelly that's building a home up there just past the new fire station as well. So I'm wondering if you guys are in that same.
Big rocks there.
Yeah, there's two big rocks when you pull in on the left-hand side. So maybe you guys are neighbors. What's that? Balut John?
Balut.
Balut John. Hello. Mayung Buntag.
David. Hello from Mississippi.
Hello from Mississippi. Hi, David. So Balut John is watching from Bakersfield, California.
Mm.
So for those of you who don't know what balut balut is typically a duck egg, but sometimes a chicken egg. It's very popular here. I see it all the time. It comes out usually about 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the vendors, and they'll have, I don't know, 50 or 100 of these things in a styrofoam box. Um, it's basically a fertilized duck egg or a fertilized chicken egg. And it's a little embryo inside the egg. It's very, very hot. And then they have it by days, 16 days, 17 days. It's how many days it's been, I guess, growing. Uh,
Chicks.
yeah, the chick. And what they do is, I mean, they sell them like hotcakes here. People line up, they get them. They're very hot to touch. They open the shell, they put like vinegar and like hot sauce,
Hot sauce, yeah.
right? And you can see her face.
Salt.
See her face?
Maple salt.
She won't eat it. She's never had one before. But you basically peel the shell. They put vinegar and they leave the bottom of the shell, I guess, to hold the juice
Yeah.
or whatever. So they kind of drink the slime that's in there. And I'm not making fun of it, but I just couldn't eat it. But they put hot sauce and vinegar and then they eat it. And it's a delicacy and it's very popular here. You see it all over the place. So, Balut John, let us know if you've actually eaten balut before. Very popular here. James Paris, do you have plans for your kids to visit when the house is done? We have 2 teen kids and plan to spend. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you know, my 2 oldest sons are married. They have their lives, very busy. And our youngest son is getting ready to go into
Academy.
the New York State Trooper Academy. He got accepted first round, scored extremely high. He scored 788th out of 20,000. So he got pulled in the first. He just graduated from John Jay in Manhattan, and they pulled him right in to the academy. It was a long process, but he got accepted first round, and he's going in. So he's going to be dealing with his, you know, with his new life, right? New career. But without question, that's why we built a 3-bedroom home. So we have 2 spares. So hopefully we could work it out. You know, my sisters and my kids eventually. Yeah, without question. We'll have a good time for sure. We'll make a lot of plans.
Yes.
We'll all have some balut together.
Balut. Balut party.
My wife has a lot in Valencia, close to Dumaguete. Still have to build a house someday. Yeah, we go up to Valencia all the time. Valencia is a very nice area. It's nice elevation, so it's cooler up there. There's a lot of foreigners up there. I mean, a lot. Like if you go right there by the municipal there, um, they call it red chair or something like that, a red table. I think they call it red table.
Red table.
Yeah,
That's
and I
where
asked
the
around, I said,
fire
well,
is.
if this is the red table, how come the tables aren't red? They're not red, but they call it red table. And you'll go there, you'll see 30, 40 foreigners sitting there just drinking beer. So yeah, we go up there quite a bit. It's a very nice area of Valencia. And the price of land, we look for land in Valencia,
It's high.
very, very expensive. 3,000 and
Above.
up and a lot, and even the fine 3,000 pesos per square meter is hard. It's like more like 4,000 now. Very, very expensive. Rory, storm surge in Fort Myers also. Only saw videos 12 foot deep. I know that was a huge hurricane, went into Florida for sure. My sister has a home, and I'm going to say from Fort Myers to, I'm going to say an hour and a half. I could be wrong, but she's about an hour and a half north of Fort Myers. Very minimal damage at my sister's house, like some trees down and stuff like that. The house is fine. You know, a little bit of water in the garage and stuff like that. But so she got lucky, but a lot of people did not. And I know they're going through some hard times with the cleanup and the insurance companies denying claims. There's like a catastrophe going on there in Florida with home insurance, with the prices going up and denying claims. So yeah, Fort Myers got a direct hit. It's horrible. So, Gloria, Dave, I really enjoy your videos about the construction, the people, the stores, etc. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I mean, that's why we're doing the channel. I mean, for the guy that's been around a long time and seen the earlier videos, we never planned on doing this. And, we're having a good time. We're only at 90 days, so we're fairly new. But what do you think?
Well, it's fun so far.
Yeah, she's a little shy on camera, but I think when she does videos, it's fantastic. I personally think so. You guys know that she announces the construction day now. That took about a month to get her to do that.
Big job.
Yeah, big job. But what we're going to start doing, we've been talking about it. I do all the updates, but now that once we get the roof on and get kind of that construction done, the videos about the hardcore construction. I want Wilma to start doing some videos about the inside, about her kitchen, about how we're going to put the furniture, her master closet, which we've been working on, the type of tile. So I want her to start doing some videos as well. And you said yes, right?
Maybe.
She said maybe. So you guys heard it. It'd be nice to get a woman's perspective. On her house, right? It's her dream house.
Ours.
I know, but I just live there.
Ours.
All right, Darren. Hello, Greg and Wilma from Cavite.
Cavite, yes.
So you guys are going through the hurricane right now, right? I believe Cavite is south of Manila,
yeah,
but north of Batangas. So you guys are going through the storm. So let us know how you guys are doing. My wife and I retired last year, looking for land to build our own house. Maybe we asked what you paid for your lot. That is the perfect size for us. We're doing a budget video of how much everything costs at the end, so we'll share that. But I did some videos about how to find land and the best way to do it using realtors. We used 3 realtors. We looked at 5 different islands. So obviously that's 15 realtors that we worked with. We were very strict. We took time, several months.
yes.
We lived out of a suitcase for a while, going from island to island. So yeah, go back and watch some of those videos. And what's different about the Philippines as compared to what I know, which is the U.S., is in the U.S., say you're in New York where I live, land is about the same. I mean, there's ranges, of course, but here, I mean, you can get land for, actually, there was a piece of land in Leyte that was near Wilma's home, was 50 pesos per square meter, 50 pesos. I mean, they're giving it away. But it comes with ifs. No road access. You'd have to talk to the owners surrounding that to get road access. I mean, it's just very, very different from lot to lot. And then we saw some land that was 4,500 pesos in Leyte per square meter. So look at that range, huge range. So it's kind of hard to put a price on a lot because it varies so much.
I think it's all about location.
Has a lot to do with location.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So Jeff says, I also have a pool, but my idea, I told the wife, if we're going to have a house in the Philippines, it will have a pool. Yeah, the pools here that in our pool builder is doing a really good job. I think the pool is bulletproof. It's all tile, the whole pool, floor, sides, water feature. It's just, I can only imagine what that would cost in the US, and very cheap here. Now, the electricity to run the pool pump, that's not cheap.
Yeah.
That's why we're looking at solar, and we may get into that on this video. Okay, Plant T 3125, about 9 hours from Australia. Very little time change, direct flight north. Okay, it's 9 hours. Yeah, that's starting to get pretty long flight. 9 hours, but it's still less than 16. Mark Daniel Roy, hello, watching from Florida. Hello from Florida. And my sister's actually in Florida now. She flew down from New York to take a look at the house since it went through the storm. Like I said, she was close to this hurricane. Carl, morning, Greg and Wilma. Hope you guys are safe. Yeah, we're good, Carl.
We're safe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Carl. Carl comments all the time. We appreciate it very much. Always very positive. And yeah, I tell you, Friday and Friday night, wow, it was windy, very, very windy here. And we were surprised how windy it was. So we can only imagine how windy it was, say, in Samar, which is much closer to the storm. And then it turned north, and now they're going through it now, like in Manila. I think it's like right going through south of Metro Manila
Yes.
now. So yeah, it was very, very windy.
Last night was heavy rain, and it was high wind last night. Because
Yeah.
you went to bed before me.
Oh, I'm older than you. Yeah, it was very, and then yesterday it rained almost all day, Saturday, almost all day long. It rained on and off, and it was like torrential downpours. And quite a few roads were flooded and things like that. So, what we're thinking of doing, since today's Sunday, is when we're done with the live stream, is go up to the site and just look around.
Sure.
Yeah, there's nobody up there now other than the guys that just sleep there. But yeah, we're going to go up and take a look. There's no work on Sundays, and just make sure everything looks okay. So we're going to probably do that here this afternoon. Kelly is my friend and is one house over. Okay.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
There's like a few builds there.
There's a few builds
Yes.
there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've pulled in there a few times. Kelly's been up to our site. We've been to Kelly's site. He's building a beautiful house as well. So yeah, and actually we're gonna do a couple of videos together. Kelly and I talked about that. So small world, right?
This is super cool.
Okay. Okay, so let me from Australia, one house over. If you have been to Kelly's lots, you've seen my house. Okay, so there's a house right straight across that's a little further along. I seen that the inside was rendered and the roof was on.
It was skin coat.
They're
Yeah,
doing a
skin-
skim coat
Skin coat.
the last time we pulled in
Yeah.
there. So let me know if that's your home. We'll stop in and say hello, and then you can come up to our site. We're not too far away, maybe 5 kilometers from there. I'm going to guess and say our homes are about 5 kilometers apart. So what is that? 2.5, 3 miles, something like that. Okay, here's Jeff. I've eaten balut. It is one of the few Philippine street foods that has not been touched. Yeah, yeah. I don't eat the street food. I just don't. Obviously, the vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. We do eat the banana Q, which I'm in love with. But the actual like pork or chicken or anything like that sits out. I'm sure it's okay to eat because they cook it, they barbecue it right there. But I just don't want to take a chance. So we don't do that. I mean, we eat home about 5 nights a week. So we do our shopping at Robinson's, which is, for guys that don't know, that's just like a shopping center in the US. I mean, when you walk into a Robinson's supermarket, it's beautiful, it's clean, it's well stocked. It has basically everything you need. It looks just like a ShopRite or a Price Chopper or an Acme or a Pathmark or what's some of the southern ones? Piggly Wiggly. Um, um, it looks exactly the same. Very, very, very clean and very nice. So Carl says, were you affected by the typhoon? Not really. I mean, I don't even want to say that we had any issues because so many people in Mindanao, and now we're hearing up around Batangas area is had it way worse. But we're going to go up to the site, Carl, after this live stream and just look around. There was a lot of flooding around this area. I've heard of some road closures in this area. On Friday when we were up there, we didn't go up to the site yesterday. It just rained too hard and it was very windy.
Okay.
So we didn't want to take a chance. So we didn't go up to the site. But yeah, it was quite a few branches down. Banana trees.
Down.
Yep, banana trees were down, and coconut leaves, or what do you call it, the palms,
The branch, yeah.
the branches from the coconut trees were down, a lot of them. So especially driving a scooter up there, you don't want to get hit in the head with a coconut because the roads up there are lined with coconut trees. So were we affected a little bit, but nothing like the eastern side of the country. So hopefully everybody's okay.
Orlando.
Orlando. Hi, Greg Wilma. Can you please clarify, talk about setbacks, especially the back of the house where the dirty kitchen is located? Talk about the setback. Okay, so originally the house, I'm going to try to do this quickly. Originally the house was supposed to be 7 meters from the back of the property. That was the original design. And then if the dirty kitchen is 3 meters wide, that was 4 meters of, say, grass from the back of the kitchen to the back of the property with gutters and downspouts and things like that. But when we, and you guys seen or should have seen those rocks that was on the property. If you go back excavation day 1 through 7, that's how I named the videos. We had literally thousands of rocks. So when we started digging the pool, which the pool was supposed to be, I think, 4 meters from the house, we hit a rock that I can only say the size of a typical school bus. And it was standing on end. It was huge. We dug down with the excavator as far as he could reach. So let's say 15 feet deep. And it was just a few meters in the pool. So we said, well, maybe if we dig down 15, 20 feet and just push the rock. He dug down 15 feet and it was still going. So who knows how big that rock was? We know it was at least, 8 foot round and at least 20 foot deep. So we had to make a decision. So we moved the pool back 3 meters and we moved the house back, I think 4 meters or something like that, 4 or 5 meters. And that's why the house is basically right up to the back of the property. So the house right now is 3 meters, a little over 3 meters. I think it's like 3.2 meters from the back of the house. And then the dirty kitchen is that 3.2 meters. And then that's why we had to think on our feet and restructure it to have the roof of the dirty kitchen to go off the back of the fence. And I actually like that idea better, to be honest with you. We have no backyard, of course, but we have a bigger front yard. If you think about it, with all the rain that we get, all those downspouts, the water would have to go somewhere, and it would basically just funnel on our property down the side of the fence. So now that it's going off the back, we basically removed all the rainwater off the back of the house. So I like that idea. So that's why we set the house back as far as we did. So Jeff is, saying to Darren, land prices are going up fast. Don't wait too long. 100% correct.
Crazy.
Wilma and I sat and said, with all the restrictions with the pandemic, we knew as soon as they lifted and allowed people to start coming into the Philippines, land prices were going to jump. So what we did was, as soon as they allowed people within the Philippines to move, that's when we got on the road and started looking for property right away. So we believe, and you'll see all the prices when we do our video at the end. I think you guys are gonna be shocked how cheap we got the property for, because property is going up very quickly, and I guess that's all over the world right now. Prices are just insane for everything. So don't wait too long and negotiate. Blue John, yes, I eat blue with my in-laws on the Boulevard of Dumageddon. Yeah,
They're all over there.
all over,
Yeah.
all over.
David.
David, you may have said this already. What do you think has been the most difficult thing building a house? Well, one, building a house is stressful. And I think it has to do with communication gaps, communication issues, because like the foreman, for example, he speaks English, he understands English, but there's kind of like a clash of culture. So, there's times where I'll say, what are we doing in this area? And he'll explain it to me. And then like something else happens. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge, right? Is the communication.
It is, yes,
I-
communication. I know even I try to translate, but it's still, there's a disconnect.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect. So there's times where I'll say, okay, we're gonna make a little change. Let's go here and do it this way, and then we'll leave for the day, come back, and it's not done. Things like that. Now it gets done, but they're kind of working at their own pace. And what I've learned over time is, as long as I'm there every day, just let them go. Try not to, and we don't give them direction. We don't do that. But we do make sure things get done according to plan. And there's times where, I get frustrated, and then Wilma says, just let it go. They'll get it done. And then you know what? It gets done, but it gets done kind of at their pace and their direction. Now, when I say their pace, it's not that they're working slow, but they're focused on something else. And, I'm used to where, hey, we're going to focus this way, and everybody turns and goes that way. It doesn't happen here. They're going to go their direction, and I have to change and go to their way, if that makes sense. As long as the quality's there and the time is good, the timing, because we still want to be in the home on day 180, which I believe is February 17th. We don't count Sundays because that's a non-work day. So if you count out 180 work days, 6-day work week, the 180th day will be February 17th. So that's the day that we're shooting for, that everything's done and we're moved in. James Paris, how many square feet completed house will be? It's like 175 square meters, and I think it's just under 19. I think it's 1,880 square feet. So call it almost 1,900 square feet. Good question.
Ken.
Oh, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
Ken from Banai. You know where that is?
It's like,
Ken, let us know where that is exactly. We're not exactly sure where that is. Mr. Franklin, oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
thank you.
How
Thank
did
you,
y'all
Dad.
meet? We did a video on that. If you go back to the very early, it's called an introduction. I kind of get into some detail, but Wilma and I both met in the US, and we met at work. So we worked for the same company, and that's how we met. So yeah, we did a video on that, and it's called an introduction. Wilma's an American citizen. She was in the US 28 years. Thank you, mister. Darren's dog videos. Darren here from Virginia. It's 8:30 p.m. here Saturday night. Yeah, 12 hours difference. I guess you guys are still turning the clocks back. I heard different reports that the US may not change the clocks back. But then, because I actually Googled that last night to see if you guys did, and I sent a message to my oldest son and asked if, that you guys changed the clocks back yet, and you guys haven't. So that we wanted to time this video, this live chat, around, a good time Saturday night. So 12 hours difference. Isn't that amazing? On the other side of the world, and it's 12 hours difference. That's why there's so much jet lag when you go back and forth. Darren says, well, here in General Trias, we live, it's 15K, 15,000 a square meter.
Oh, that's true, because there's a property here in Bacong,
Yeah.
ocean front, and it's about that.
About 15.
Yeah, that's what Alma says.
Yeah. My budget for land, a house and build is 10 million. Could I build a bungalow with a pool? Yes.
That's
10 million, you won't spend 10 million.
Yes.
When you say bungalow, I'm going to say like the size of our house,
One
say
floor.
1,800, one floor, 1,800 square feet. Yeah, you can, you build for less than that. And whatever you do, don't tell anybody that you have 10 million pesos.
Yes.
Don't
Play
say that.
play it down.
Yeah, don't say that, because they'll spend the 10 million. But you could build for less than that, 30, 40% less, 30% less. I had an architect design our roof for future solar. I expect a hybrid system. We have power during brownout. Can you sell back power when the batteries are charged? Yes. I've gotten a lot of education, and I'm glad you brought that question up, Jeff. Um, we are really looking at doing solar, but we don't have the budget, so we're looking to pull items out. Like the generator, for example, is about $2,000 for the generator for a good one, diesel, silent type. That for a large one. I mean, you can get gasoline for $200-300 here, but to have a real good home generator, you're talking about 100,000 pesos. So if we don't do that, and we have a budget for that, so now we already have 100,000. Then what else can we not do in the house? And there is some big ticket items that we may not do. So we're still having those conversations. We have our third site survey tomorrow at 11 a.m. Monday morning, 11 a.m. And we're getting a big education. So you can do net metering. Now, I'm not a fan of net metering. A lot of people are, and I'll tell you why. The average electric cost is 12 pesos per kilowatt hour. So let's just double that, call it 50 to 1. So it's 24 cents an hour per kilowatt hour. That's expensive. But when you feed back the net metering off of what you harvest extra, I've heard it as low as 2 to 4 to 6. Nobody gives you the exact number. So right along with, if you don't give me an exact number in writing, I'm not doing it, period. But I heard just recently, latest research, that it's 2 pesos. So when you buy it from them, it's 12, but you sell it to them, it's 2. It's just a bad deal. And then you're going to have to oversize your solar panels, oversize your inverter. And then I think it's a 40,000 peso fee. And I also heard, again, varying 6 to 12 months to get it approved. And of course, you pay for all this up front, and you don't net meter for 6 to 12 months. So is it a good deal? Maybe. A lot of people say it's fantastic, but I'm not going to oversize, because you're going to change your return on investment. So if we go that way, I don't think we're going to do net metering. I really don't. Now, I'm going to take my time, do some more research, but we are leaning towards going solar. Have it large enough to handle the house, minus the ACs. Have a large enough battery that if we have a brownout, it can last a night and some. And then hopefully the next day, it's partial sun to recharge the batteries. It takes about 4 hours to charge the batteries in direct sun. So I think we're going to do it, but I don't think we're going to do net metering. I'm going to do a video because I just touched the highlights. I'm going to do a video on what I've learned so far. And I think the return on investment is about 5 years. Um, so that's not too bad. Gwen's on. Hi guys, we miss you. Hot here in Florida. Gwen, I see that you joined late. I talked about you a little bit. Talked about the fact that you're down in Florida, dealing with the aftermath of that hurricane, and luckily your house was in good shape. I guess that you were about an hour and a half north of Fort Myers. I said two, maybe 1.5, two. So let me know if I was right or not. Or do I need to look in other area? Darren, I mean, here's my advice, and you don't want to give people advice because you don't want them to be upset if you give the wrong advice. I wouldn't look in one area. I would look long and hard as to try to find the right piece of property for you. You have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to be right next to your girlfriend or wife's family? Is that something that you have to do? Do you want an ocean view? I would look at multiple islands, multiple realtors, see what's out there if you have the time. If you have the time to do it, like I said, we went to 5 islands. We lived out of a suitcase for a while, a few months, and we were very busy. I mean, we were looking at 3, 4, 5 pieces of property a day, and we did it around February, March, April. That's summertime here. But we looked at, and I don't even remember, I think I've said 70 parcels of land. It could have been more. We probably looked at that many houses. So that would be 140 pieces of real estate. But my suggestion is get out there and look at a lot, because you'll see a piece of property and you go, hey, it's not bad. Price is a little high, but it's not bad. But if you don't go out and look at 20 more, it's hard to compare. So negotiate, negotiate, negotiate. Carl, I'm here in Makati. The winds are really strong. Mostly the pools are filled with leaves and debris. Today is much better, thank God. Yeah. Glad you guys are okay. There's typhoons are nothing to mess with. Hurricanes in the west, nothing to mess with. Glad you're okay, Carl. Panay Snowbird. Hello from Toronto. Oh, Toronto, California.
Toronto, California.
Yes. Hello, Panay Snowbird.
Hello.
Okay,
Wow.
Greg says it's going to be 29 degrees in New York.
Wow.
Wow.
Cold.
So you guys are going to get some more frost. Oh boy. That's one thing I can say I don't miss. I miss the food. I miss
the
family.
Yeah, of course.
Do not miss 29 degrees. Greg, you're like a doppelganger to my Russian friend. What is your family heritage? My family heritage is Irish, from Tipperary, Ireland, and Kilkenny, Ireland. And my grandfather on my mom's side is German. So call it 75% Irish, 25% German. Ventures to TNT. The small house across the street from Kelly is Larry's house. I'm building a 2-story house with a basement. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Next to Kelly's house is the finished house, then my build. Okay.
Okay, we see that.
Okay, so it's next one down. All right, very nice. So that's interesting. 2-story house with basement. I'd love to see it. Oh, and it says, feel free, the next comment, thanks. Feel free to have a look anytime. And you guys had a lot of delays with COVID, yeah. We'll definitely stop in. Orlando. Orlando, or Orly from, that's his nickname, from Maryland. My wife is buying a lot in Roxas City. Did I say that right? Roxas,
Rojas City.
Roja.
Rojas City copies.
Okay, near Iloilo. Okay,
Yeah, that's a.
that's an oxen
Mhm.
across from Bacolod.
Mhm.
The house construction is a couple of years away. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes. Stressful, but rewarding. Hans, hello. April and I say hello. Arriving November 23rd to 30. We will contact you after arrival. Sure, Hans, absolutely. Yeah, reach out. Um, Building the Philippines at gmail.com is our email address. And I'll touch on that. So many of you guys have reached out via email, a lot of comments, but a lot of emails, and I appreciate it very much. And I don't mind giving, some direction on things, but don't take my advice for sure. But I can tell you our story
Our experience.
and our experiences for sure. But yeah, so many people have reached out, and so many people are just like us, looking to retire early. We just met a guy that's 40 and retired, 40 years old. I thought I retired young at 54. But then, we meet a wide range of people from all over the world. We just met and got some really close friends, one from Iran, one from
Dubai.
Dubai,
Yeah.
really great guy, and Gina, right? Amina
He
Gina,
was originally come from India,
India,
but he lives in Dubai.
moved to Dubai when he was young.
Yeah.
Russia. We've met so many fantastic people from
Yeah.
all over the world.
Our
And-
neighbor is gonna be they're from Russia, and his best friend next to him is from Ukraine.
Right, and their business
About
partners.
their business partner.
Yeah, a few lots down from us, a couple from Russia, and
Yes.
the business partner from Ukraine. But we're meeting people from all over the world, and we have not met anyone that we would say, oh, we wouldn't want to hang out with.
No,
Everyone has been
people
fantastic.
are
So
nice and positive.
very positive, just wanting to enjoy their life. Okay. After arrival, Orlando says, thanks for the videos. I love them. Even planning to buy a Mitsubishi pickup like yours. Yeah, I love that. I love that truck.
Great.
The Mitsubishi truck is cheaper than the other trucks, but if you do the research, you can't go wrong with a Toyota. You can't go wrong with a Nissan. You can't. But the thing runs fantastic. Great reviews. The engine and transmission is like bulletproof from what everything I've read. It's a very nice truck, and you can pick it up for like 1.2 million pesos. It's like $25,000 turbo diesel. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So you can't go wrong with a Mitsubishi. Took us 2 months to get our roof. Wow, that's a long time. That's probably because maybe they were shut down because of COVID, potentially. Yeah. We were supposed to get we're supposed to get our roof within 2 weeks. So I think we got about another week to go. So we'll see. We'll see if it shows up. Hans, keep up the fantastic build and stay safe. Thank you, Hans.
Thank you.
We're doing our best, trying to come up with new ideas for videos. It seems like when we go out and do videos off-site, they're not very popular. Like the dinner in Dumagetti, that was a dud. Going to the restaurant there, Japanese restaurant. No, we had a great time.
Yeah.
It was fun. But it seems like you guys are more interested in the builds itself. But we do want to mix it up a little bit. And we'll do that. It's going to get very interesting when the roof gets on and the walls are all rendered and we start doing tile and things. It's going to get real interesting, I think. We added 2 lots to our then 4-lot parcel, and semi-gated community cost $13K US dollars. Yeah, a lot of people do that. We almost did that in Leyte. Yeah, they had 240 square meter lots. We would have to buy a couple of them, put them together to have enough land. Because a lot of people here, Jeff, as they'll buy a 240 square meter lot, and they'll put like a 200 square meter house on it. I mean, it's the property. There's like no property. It's just all house. A lot of people do that. I've seen it where, you got like 18 inches from the house to the property line. So with no frontage at all, but that's how they do it. So I understand what you're saying, that you bought multiple lots. Makes sense. And it was 2 years ago. Yeah. So if you bought it 2 years ago, you got a much better price. It's one thing I wish I did. I wish I bought property 10 years ago. I was here the first time in 2004. The price was really cheap, but we didn't know we were going to retire here. Okay, eyes wide open. Land prices here in the U.S. are starting to drop. Interest rates increased, have soured building and many housing. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when inflation goes crazy and then they raise interest rates to try to combat the inflation. I heard how home interest rates are like 6-7%. They were 3% forever. That's really going to stall home builds. Probably put the U.S. in a recession.
Well, that's where I thought. Banay is between Davao and Tagum.
Oh, okay.
I just
So that's
relocate.
Mindanao.
Yeah,
That's Mindanao.
Davao is far from Mindanao.
Yeah.
That's where Philippine Disney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Lisa and
Yeah. And
Dennis.
yeah. And Tagum, right?
Tagum, yeah.
Yeah. We watch Filipina Destiny, I think it's called.
American Disney.
American Destiny.
Yeah.
A YouTube channel, and they live in Tagum. A very nice couple.
Yes, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. Thank you, Ken, for clarifying that. Jeff, I need a good backup power because I'm a trader. When I visited there, UPS on fiber internet helped. Yeah. Oh, that just reminded me, Jeff. Thanks for that point. One of our big concerns, or at least my big concern, I think Wilma too, is everything about our house and property is like perfect for us. Everything, but one thing: no internet. No internet. So we were so worried. So we were trying to say, what are we going to do? So I would say 6-7 weeks ago, could be 2 months ago, we were driving down the mountain and we saw a company putting fiber in. So I stopped and we talked to them. I don't know if I mentioned this on any other video. And they were great guys. And there was like 10 guys there and they all came over to me. And I was talking to them, are you going to get fiber all the way up to the mountain? You guys know we're close to the top of the mountain. And they said, oh, yeah, we're going to be up there in just a couple of months. And then I drove away and said, well, that typically means 2 years. Again, that's just my opinion. Guess what? Fiber's run. It's right by our property.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Very close.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and I didn't even know that because I talked to the guys maybe 3 times over that 2 months. I'd keep stopping and talking to them and said, hey guys, you're still 4 kilometers away from the house. You're still 3 kilometers away from the house. And they're like, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Well, they put the line in right by our house. So now we can get fiber. We're very, very happy. And, we'll be able to get, 50, 100, 200 meg. So, boy, that really helped a lot. So our big worry is over.
Yes,
right?
That was our biggest
big worry. Yeah, definitely need, Jeff, definitely need good backup power. Absolutely. Just the batteries. And they have the iron phosphate batteries now. So that's the better batteries. But they're expensive. They're very, very expensive. Actually, the battery is half the total cost of the system. You can get a system here, a good net metering system for like $2,500, $3,000. But if you want battery backup, you're going to pay right around $6,000, approximately. So we'll see. That might turn to $7,000 after all the extras. Eyes wide open. Daylight savings time has never proven effective. Working outdoors for a living, I never grew to like it. Yeah, I mean, they did it in the 70s, trying to save in the US. The reason why they did it, in other countries has done it too, not many, but they did it primarily to try to save fuel. I never understood it myself. Hopefully they'll stop it someday. A grid tie is only when my batteries are charged, so the price doesn't really matter. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, you you have to have extra, right? Once the battery is charged, you have to harvest extra. So you're going to have a little bigger system, right? More panels, bigger inverter, to net meter back. Um, so I have to do all those numbers. And I was told it takes 6 to 12 months just to get the approvals and the permits. So I'm still dialing in on it. We got plenty of time. The two companies that we talked to said they have everything in stock. They showed me, oh, well, the one company showed me, no, actually both. They showed me the batteries at Solar Pro too. Yeah, both companies. They showed me everything that's in stock. And they said that within 2 weeks it'd be installed. Now that could change, of course. Okay, my sister says we were hit pretty hard in Englewood. Cleanup is being done. A lot of people lost homes and stuff. Places were destroyed, especially mobile homes. Yeah, good point on the mobile homes. You always hear about that in like Florida, especially. I mean, hopefully they have good insurance. Hopefully they can recover, as long as they're safe. But man, what a shame you invest your money in a home and then a storm comes by and ruins it. Such a shame. Rick E. from Toronto, California. And it says question mark, question mark. So I don't know if you're questioning
The previous
a previous, or you're saying you're from Toronto, California, or Toronto, Canada.
There is Toronto.
I don't know. Is there a Toronto, California? I don't know. So clarify that if you wouldn't mind. Drew, hi, Wilma, Greg. Do you make it through how did you make it through the typhoon? We're really far south. We're right above Mindanao. Actually, when we are on our property, we can see Mindanao. Now, Mindanao got hit pretty hard. We're on the west side of the country, and typically the storms come from the east. And then they always seem to turn and go up north. Not always, but typically. So we had some heavy winds. I did a video on Friday, and if you watch that video, you'll see how windy it was up there. And then yesterday the rains came. So we're going to go up to the site today and take a look around, make sure everything's okay. May or may not shoot a video, depending on how much debris is laying around and stuff like that. So we're gonna go up there today. At least we plan to.
Well, we need to check.
We got to see how Sandy's doing. So where are we at? And we'll close this up here. Going to have breakfast now. Glad you guys are okay. He's sure to be very knowledgeable person, Greg. Well, I don't know about that, but I try to know what's going on. I think I do my research. I think I've said it a million times. We have a budget and we have to look out for our retirement dollars. I'm several years away from Social Security, so our money has to last. So I don't want to do things a second time and spend money that I don't want to spend. So yeah, I try to know the answers to the questions before I ask, if that makes sense. Drew says, loving your build, seeing it move forward. Great to watch. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate that very much. Drew says, here in the USA and the Brandon regime, we are facing 24 days. I heard that. I can't even imagine that, that the United States could run out of diesel. I mean, the trucking companies in the country is what moves everything around, slash rail, a lot of intermodal. But I can't even imagine they'd run out of diesel. And when I did the budget for my last company, when I gave a 60-day notice, the first thing my boss said from Boston was, "Hey Greg, can you do the 22 budget?" Because I retired in 21. Can you do the 22 budget before you leave? I'm like, it's April of 21. You want me to do the 22 budget now? If anybody knows I'm doing a large business budget, we're talking millions of dollars. Um, I had to forecast what the fuel was going to be in 2022, and I used the government website, which does a real good job for the Northeast, for the whole country, but it dials in what the fuel costs are going to be. So I just know what I budgeted, and I feel bad for the manager who took over for me because I budgeted way low because of the prices from what you say, Brandon. So yeah, if that happens, I can't even imagine. It can't happen. All right. You'd have to say that can't happen. You can't run out of diesel. It'll be $10 a gallon, and inflation will go through the roof.
How are you gonna deliver the food, the supplies
How are
to
you
the
going to
stores?
deliver everything?
Mhm.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not true. Hello to you and Greg Wilma from North Carolina. Hello.
Man, poor
Yes.
Greg.
Oh yeah, the ramen, a Japanese restaurant, looked awesome. AJ loves it. Yeah,
Yes.
it is so delicious there, and the noodles are so different from the ramen soup that you get in the U.S. Those
And the
really
cups.
thin noodles. Uh, Boy, the noodles here are nice and thick, and they're so soft. The boiled eggs, oh, it's just so delicious there. We drove by there last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were here all day. It was raining real hard, and then around 7 o'clock last night, the rain stopped. So I said, let's go out and get something to eat. So we drove that way, and then the restaurant, Cafe Racer, where we were going to go to, was packed, absolutely packed. So we turned around and went to our favorite restaurant, Casablanca, and had a great meal. Then we got completely soaked on the way home. Completely soaked.
Yes.
The wind was blowing. It was
Yeah.
really bad. We're on the scooter. Couldn't get any wetter. Boom J at Robert James, Pampanga, Angeles City, thinking about move here. Yeah. Once you come to the Philippines, I mean, I was hooked when I came in '04, '07, and 10 and 18. I came 4 times. It's just hard to explain. For someone who's never been here, you can't explain it. It's just you walk around and everybody is fantastic. I know it's hard to believe it, and I get it if you don't. But everyone here is very nice.
Yeah.
So where are we at? Yeah. So let's
So let's go through with
yeah
all the
let's
comments.
yeah we're gonna go through here real quick. Recession we are in a recession. Yeah, 2 quarters of negative growth. Yeah, I agree with you. They changed the rules. They always move the goalposts. Um, if the old definition was 2 months or 2 quarters of negative growth and it happened, then you're in a recession. So when I said that you may go in a recession, I said in my mind, oh boy, someone's going to say something because you guys probably already are with the correct definition. And if somebody else was in power, they probably would say, oh, we're in the worst recession ever. Um, General question, Greg is a U.S. citizen. Will it be hard to become a permanent resident of the Philippines? How does it work? Yeah, it's difficult, but it's really not that difficult. There's like 7 steps to become, I'm on a ballot buy-on visa, which is 1 year at a time. I already exhausted my 1 year, so you can push it out another 6 months, which I did. Very easy to do. You go in immigration, it takes 10 minutes. You give them, I think, on $150, and they stamp your passport for another 6 months. So you're good to go. But I'm working on getting my 13A visa. I think they call it the marriage visa. There's like, I'm going to guess. I'm going to say there's 9 steps. We got about 5 of them done already. But one of the things that's holding us up is We were married in the US, and the Philippine government does not recognize it until we actually go through the process of getting it certified. So we have to work on that. Uh, the last thing I did was like the ACR card and my FBI clearance, which they call NBI here. I did all that in Leyte. I did as much as I could in Leyte. And then we came here and got right into the House building. We haven't done anything in a while. So I can extend out. I'm good to February. I can extend another 6 months out. But yeah, it's not difficult. It just takes a lot of time. So we have to register our marriage with the Philippine government, and they don't deny it. You just have to go through the process, filling out forms and things like that. And then it goes to the PSA, Philippine Statistical Authority. And then you have to print it out, which there's one right downtown, no big deal. And then that'll be like step 7. And then there's just a few more things I have to do. And then I will get that 13A. And you're on like probational for 1 year. Make sure that I'm a good boy. And then you kind of like reapply again and get fast tracked. And then you get your permanent card. And then it's good for a lifetime. Then the only thing you have to do is once you get your permanent resident is once a year. I think it's in January. Once a year, you have to report. You just have to go to immigration, any immigration in the Philippines, and just bring your card and say, I'm here to report. And they just make sure you're still here. So it takes a long time, but it's not difficult. Internet, check out Skylink. Yeah, I want to do fiber for sure. Is Starlink available in the Philippines? I don't know. I think it's in beta. I was told, though I think Texas Filipino showed that his work, but he brought it from the US. My understanding, it's next year. It's Q1 of 2023. That's what I've read, but I don't know if what I read was correct or not. I only paid about 100 USD for internet, keeping internet working about 3 hours. Hans, on the drive to Darwin, is anyone selling landscaping trees, dwarf coconut, avocado, papaya? Yeah, if you go on Facebook, Hans,
Facebook
Marketplace, there is a ton of people selling every possible tree you can think of.
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace. When we meet in your lot in August, dinner on me. Sounds good, Hans. I truly love your narration of your build. It is very enlightening for those of us who build in the future. Yeah, I mean, Wilma's always saying to me, "You're so descriptive on things," you know.
You should be a teacher.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do, right? I'm trying to document our build for us and my family. But if I could help you guys by trying to give you guys some education, make sure you use 16 mm here, not 12 mm. And if you're taking notes, maybe you'll be a little more educated with your contractor and be able to talk to them and making sure that they don't use supplies that's inferior. I think. I hope so. 37 watching, only 29 likes. Come on, man. Yeah, you're a football fan with, come on, man. Jets are doing great. We're down to, I think, 5 comments. So I'm going to knock these 5 out and we'll end the live stream. I do have a few videos of my build if you want to see my place without driving out to it. Yeah, if you want me to showcase it on our channel, we'll do that. Just email me at buildingthephilippines@gmail.com. And we can do that. We could show your build on our channel. We love to do that. We just did one from Thailand. It was great. We're having a lot of back and forth with emails. But I stop in and see Kelly every 2 weeks. I pop in to see him, or maybe every 3 weeks I stop in, and he's been up to our build a couple of times. So yeah, I'll try to catch you. Drew at Free Spirit lives. Yes, it is. And Patty says PSA seems to take their sweet time. Yeah, almost everything takes a sweet time. I mean, the saying here is you can only do one thing a day. So like if you got to go grocery shopping, go get your mail, go down and buy paint, go around and visit a friend, you can't do all that one day.
No.
You know, you can only do one thing a day, which is hard for me. I like just knocking things out. But yeah, we'll see. That's the next step. The next step is to get our marriage registered with the Philippines and then
PSA.
get it to the PSA, and so it's recognized. They look it up and say, yes, you are married, and then they print out a document. That's our next step. Then we're getting close. Just starting to import. Okay, and then Drew. Yeah, there's some good build sites out there, guys. If you're looking to build, there's some really good ones out there. We watch, well, to be honest, we haven't watched anything in the last couple of months, really, because we've been so busy, but we try to watch because that's how we get educated. Robert James, I've been on a 13A since 2008, been all over the Philippines. Yeah, yeah, Robert, that's what I'm working for, 13A visa. So I'm glad that you got it, and I'll get it at some point. He's been out almost a year, but a huge house. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the builds here take a year. And you guys know we're trying to shoot for 6 months. That's February 17th is 6 months. And again, it's not a race, but we think we can do it. We still want the quality to be good. But yeah, that's what we're shooting for, February 17th. And we're having a big party. So we'll make sure that we film that. So. All right, guys, we're going to end the live stream there. Thank you very much. 100,000 views. Very, very happy. 1,600 plus subscribers. So if you see this live stream and you haven't subscribed, why not? And keep watching our videos. Try to watch those goofy ads. You know, and we'll keep trying to give you guys some good content. Anything?
Just a few more comments. Just
Well, your team has a very impressive, very good team. He is out almost a year, but yes, huge house. Great work on the channel. Been enjoying. Look forward to new videos. Thank you. Dreamland Realty has very good reviews over there based on the Armstrongs. Dreamland Realty. Okay. I don't know if they're here in Negros. And thank you very much. Very enjoyable. Okay, guys.
thank you, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
And we'll see you guys on the next video.
Yes. Bye-bye.